Republic TV, Sharath.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure being here.
And Sharath, actually, you are 9 times national champion, right? You broke actually records, I would say.
Yes, I have. So 2 years ago, I made that record of winning the ninth national title. Well, yeah, I never intended to do that. It just happened in the process of my, long career. I'm really happy that I
Exactly.
could
Actually,
have that.
some
Yeah.
things we don't intend to do, but it happens.
Hmm.
So it's life. It's a like life is like everything we have. We have to win, we have to lose, and totally it is called life. So it's everywhere. It is in sport, it is in everywhere. You'll find that in business, in sport, everywhere. So that's why we have to have that spirit to accept everything. I think
I,
then, yes, please.
Yeah, I think sport teaches you that spirit. That is why playing sport is important. As even young kids, it's very important to be in some kind of sport because it teaches you some life values. Life. Let's say it attributes to your character, which can't come anywhere else, and it becomes a solid base. Like being dedicated, being disciplined, handling success and failure. These things, in sport is an everyday thing which you can actually learn from it on a daily basis.
You really wonderfully said it, actually, and we can learn from sport that to accept things, right? So,
Yes.
actually, we would love to know that Japan, the where you are right now, sport is really an important subject here. Like because I have been living in Japan from last 19 years, and I'm a teacher. I taught like every kind of Japanese school. So I can see that from very kindergarten sport they encourage to they have
Mm.
all kind of facilities, encouragement, everything. So, and that's why they become really, they choose what they want to be. Do you think it is lacking in India?
Uh, we are getting there more rather than lacking. If you just compare it to the years before when I was in school, and comparing it to the infrastructure that we have now, the opportunities we have with sport, and sport becoming a professional industry by itself is happening now in India since I think to 2012. Until 2012, sport was more an extracurricular activity. But after 2012, when India started winning a lot of medals a few medals at the Olympic Games, the outlook of people towards sport changed. Uh, it's more professional now. So there are a lot of young kids who want to become sports persons in their life, and the parents are willing to invest in a career of sport. Before that, it was more or less like, okay, India is still a very academic oriented country, so everybody is good with maths and science. But yeah, things are changing, and it's changing for the good now.
On lighter note, I would love to know you. How about your math and science?
I am a BCom grad. I did my undergraduation.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, not not really. I just
Math and
did
science.
it. Yeah, yeah.
So
Just
that that
managed to pass. Yeah.
that is actually a message for today's generation also, especially in India, say that you don't have to choose always math and science, but still you can become
True.
Sharath Kamal. So that is the thing. That was one of the small message for Indian young kids. So here actually, but do you think that we have to be more there? We have to, the government and the society, we have to be more, the awareness still not there, because most of the athletes, they come from either village or not so affluent family. Why is it in India still?
It depends on the sport you play. I think
Mm-hmm.
we Indians are still very good in the sports which have an Indian background to it. We are good in wrestling, we are good in boxing, we are good in athletics, uh, which is very very rural. So the culture and tradition comes from there. But at the same time, I think it's all opening up now. It's not just it's not just there. only in the rural side. Um and yeah, as things are changing now, you can make a profession, you can make a career out of sport. A few years ago it was not possible, and that was the reason why, you know, economically weaker section, those people, for survival purpose reasons, they took up sport, and, you know, for try to find a job or make a living out of sport. But now it's not the case. Now I think sport is being played at a professional level. Everybody who's playing the sport want to win medals for the country. It's not just the Olympic Games, but also at the Commonwealth level or the Asian level or even at the national level. So I think the outlook on sport is changing, but
Mhm.
it's a process. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So I think the government is also trying to, you know, fund a lot of projects like Kalo India and the TOPS Target Olympic Podium Scheme. A lot of things are in process, and hopefully by 2024, or I'm sure by 2028, we will be able to make it quite big in the sporting field also.
Wonderful. That is, I think, a very positive thing actually for the entire India. What you said, especially today's generation, actually, they're going to take sport as their, career. So this is actually, but still, what you see that the big cities, Delhi, Bombay, or maybe you are from big city
Mm.
though, but very few
Mm.
people are still there choosing sport. So for them, what would be your message? Like,
Again,
mhm.
in a big city, infrastructure is an issue. You know, in a smaller towns, infrastructure might not be the issue because there's space there. But of course, then it goes down to different sports needs different infrastructure and different requirements. But in a bigger city, space is always a constraint, and you know, infrastructure is one of the main questions. So if we are able to have the right kind of infrastructure at decent intervals, I wouldn't say okay, just one center. Like, let's say for badminton, there is the best center in let's say we can compare Gopichand's academy in the world. You know, there's one in Hyderabad. But like that, if we are able to have all over the country a few more centers, then we'll be able to um, scout for talent easily, and lot more champions will be able to be produced. So again, yeah, as I said, infrastructure is an important aspect, and the technical know-how, everything. We are slowly getting there. We are trying to understand what are the, you know, requirements, and what does it take to make champions, and we as a country, we are slowly getting there.
Great. So there are a lot of reality shows on singing, on dancing, and how about what do you think we should have reality shows on sport?
The Olympics is the reality show. It's the biggest reality show.
Great, great, wonderful. So now, presently, you are in Japan. Would you like to collaborate with Japanese tennis player, or any kind of collaboration? Would you like to have between India and Japan in
Jap-
sports?
Japan is one of the best as far as table tennis is concerned. They've had a great history, great tradition with table tennis. They've had world champions, uh, and now currently the first gold medal in mixed doubles is won by the Japanese pair Mizutani Jun and Ito Mima. So. Of course, it would be really great to have some collaboration and start working with them, trying to, trying to have some exchange programs, coaches refresher programs, and a lot of things, so our young talent can interact with their talent, and, you know, we can have some good kind of exposure. It would be really great, uh, but let's see how we can work the things around with them for that.
Since we are taking this interview from Japan, so we can send this video definitely to Mijutani Ito. So would you like to say something to Mijutani Ito-san?
To both of them, they played fantastic well, especially in the quarterfinals. They saved, I don't know how many match points, 6 or 8 match points, I think, and
Mhm.
then go on to win the first gold medal for Japan, create history. So I would actually love to be in that space, but yeah, I think it's a dream for every sports person, and they are big idols.
Definitely, but dream also they come true. So we should just keep dreaming. Definitely, it will come true. And
Thank
how
you.
was the overall experience of this Olympic? It's a, like, as we are saying, this is not a normal Olympic. The already postponed 1 year, and now it is happening here, and there is no spectators inside. And people, even Japanese people, they're missing Olympic. They were waiting for 5 years. Here we are in Tokyo. We are not allowed to go inside. So, did you miss that crowd?
It would be fantastic to play in front of a crowd because that brings in a lot of energy. You if you're able to actually play for the like if you're playing well and the crowd is cheering for you, it's the feeling is fantastic. But unfortunately, due to the situation currently, that's not happening. But I'm really happy that the Olympic Games is happening despite the current situation and the difficulties the whole world is going through. Okay, of course Japan is going through more difficulties. I'm really happy that I am here, I'm able to compete. And sports, you know unites a lot of people. Sports brings in integration. Sports brings in joy to a lot of people. Of course, yeah, like yesterday's match, I lost my match against a defending champion. But there were so many messages telling me that even though I lost, I still won their heart, and the way I fought, everybody still feel that I'm a champion.
You are a
So
champion.
so that is what sports helps you. It brings, like yesterday, it brought the whole nation together just because of one my match. So the Olympic Games it's bringing the whole world together despite all the uncertainties and the current situation it is in. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy that the Olympics is happening.
So yeah, definitely, yesterday match brought the whole nation together, and the people, Indians like us who are outside also, we are also together, and we would love to say that we love you. And
Thank you very
definitely, you
much.
are the pride of India, and we love you. And just we know that you are going to get lot of. You are going to bring lot of honor for India. That is
No,
definitely for sure. So,
thank you.
Sarath, and any message for the younger kids who really want to be like you?
Well, I always tell the younger kids, don't be like me, be better than me.
Okay, younger kids,
Well,
be better than him. Be better than him.
so but it's not an easy way. It's not an easy task. We have to aim very high in our life, because only when you aim for the stars, you could probably end up in the sky. But if you aim just for the sky, you could just be on the treetop. And if you're just aiming for the treetop, you would never get off the ground. So you need to aim very high and work towards it so that you are pushing your own limits. So I wish all of them a good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And definitely for all the people who are really going to compete today, later in the day, or tomorrow, or until the throughout the Olympic, let's cheer for them. So let's cheer for India.
Yes. Come on, India. Come on. Let's go.
Come on, India, we can do it, definitely. So it was pleasure having you and talking to you, Sarath, and more power to you. More, and we just want to say that from the Republic Media, that we all love you and the entire nation is with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.